Okay, let's get this party started. Oh, wait, did everything? Can you see all my chocolates in the background? You can. Goodness gracious. Hello everyone. Welcome. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh, mother of pearl. Okay. Well, welcome to this week. This is your full moon in Cancer live stream, and we are also taking a look at this week ahead. And I just want to make sure. Yes, that's what we're doing. This. Hey, welcome. This is the first. Hello, welcome. This is the first live stream that we're doing. I'm just using this new iPad, and I just want to make sure that everything's working right. So let me just. Okay. Okay, so it's all. I guess it's working. Okay, the comments will come up and then they will disappear. So I like to see all the comments, but anyway. Okay, let's just go with it. So first of all, thank you to the anonymous angel who sent this iPad and the accessories and everything. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to Al who sent, oh my god, okay. This is just like a nerdy geek out thing for me, just like letting the room fill up just like a little bit. Oh my god, like this, I'm such a I'm a writer, so I just love geeky stuff like paper and pens and folders. These are like the good folders. These like really, look at, they're like accordion style. And check this out. Ooh, there's the full moon information, but look, it's got these little things. Anyway, I'm super excited. Now I just feel super excited for this to be like super duper organized. Okay. Also, we're on the typewriter game today because I could not print from this iPad yet, so thank you guys for bearing with me through this Mercury retrograde. There's so much going on. So, okay, so the title of this video is called The Genius of Fame. And that's from a piece of artwork. I actually saw this in person in Weimar, Germany at the Anna Amalia Bibliothek. And it's this, it means it's a love of virtue. That's one part of this reading. The other part of this is what the Cancer full moon is sort of in a nutshell, which is this destined direction. So if I were going to pick another title, I would call this Destined Direction. Okay, because I have like glitter at the back of my mouth. Okay, so here's your full moon. And this is just kind of an incredible full moon because it's happening right before Uranus stations direct and right before the nodes shift from Gemini Sagittarius to Taurus Scorpio. And so since May 2020, we've had just so much information coming through, so many different changes in our beliefs, so much going on. Okay. And it's just been a lot for everyone to take in. And so there, you should literally, like, to the day, to Tuesday, there's going to be like one last big, shift in consciousness and in terms of the information download. As humans, we can now know what's happening all over the world in the moment and with our whole communities and family and friends and everything all at once. And just, that's a lot. That's a lot for our brains to handle. So, I mean, I love TikTok because you get to sort of just take in all that information we're getting more information condensed into, a 5-second video on TikTok or into 15 seconds on TikTok. And so even more with the 3-minute videos. So, if your brains are hurting with so much you've had to learn, and if your soul and your heart is so weary and tired from growing fast over the last year and a half and evolving fast. And when I say doing the hermit work or the shadow work or the work, the healing, I'm talking about feeling things and letting those feelings happen in your body and then moving through it and alchemizing it. So that's the Sagittarius part, is actually evolving through different levels of consciousness and different belief systems and different evolving different beliefs, but pretty fast because of the Gemini energy, which is taking in so much information the last year and a half, that you're going to get a reprieve, but it's like it's just packed in because you're not going to get it again for another 19 years. So Tuesday, the nodes shift to Taurus, Scorpio, and you're ready to get to work on building something in a whole different part of your life. And it's just, hello, welcome, willkommen. And so let's go ahead and should I adjust this? I guess it's a little bit too late to adjust the lights. Anyway, so this full moon in Cancer is culminating 6 months of work that you've been doing through feeling. And that's how you do the work, is through your emotions. So Cancer is emotions and Capricorn is commitment and decision making. And you need both of them. You need both of them to balance yourself out. So, okay, so when I talk about a T-square in astrology, there's the opposition, and then they're both squaring something in the very middle, or yeah, kind of like in the middle. And you know how I talk about how to balance out that energy is to go to the opposite end of that T-square. That is how you work the astrology, is you always go to that opposing energy to balance out something that is feeling very imbalanced. So it's just kind of intense with this full moon in Cancer, the home sign opposing not just the sun in Capricorn, but the sun conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. So the way to reconcile hard-heartedness, or all work and no play, over-disciplined, boundaries that have grown into defense systems, and just like a hardness, is through the emotions and letting yourself feel through things. So I'm actually just sorry. And the opposite is true. The way to just chill, like with the emotions, and to get some kind of reprieve is through commitments. And that's how you reconcile. I don't know if this is better. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Let's just do this. Let's just do the full moon. So that's really what it's going to be with this full moon over these next 2 weeks, is feeling something intuitively that is true, and changing up your commitments and discipline and decisions because of it. So this destined direction we're talking about is based on your intuition. It's based on what your gut feeling is telling you. It's based on how you're able to feel through different things. So if you're feeling burdened, or with the Mercury and the Venus retrograde, this is a time of going back to commitments, undoing commitments, reforging commitments, recommitting. It's like this, it's all about commitments, how we're applying our self-discipline. And this full moon in Cancer is really grounding you and homing in on how you feel about these things. So for instance, let's say you're in a marriage and you're really not feeling it, and you're like, wow, this sucks. That's a discipline, is honoring a commitment you've made long after the desire to honor it has left. So when you make a commitment like that, for instance, for marriage, you're making a decision that, no matter how you're feeling in the given moment, Cancer, and the moon is going to be very fluid, that commitment's going to stick, that Capricorn energy, that self-discipline to plot along. We're going to ride this out together. Okay, you feel like you want a divorce. Okay, we're going to ride it out together. Okay, now it shifts. Now they want to stay together and you want a divorce. And they're like, no, we're going to ride this out. This is a temporary emotional situation. If there's a commitment that's like that and it feels like a heavy burden and it's like, this is really hard, this can strengthen that bond and connection. If it's a commitment you've made that does not align with your intuition and there's something really off about it, then it's a great time to undo that commitment and back out of it and say goodbye. Stop. Just stop. But you will know, and this is a thing that they're like, the data of life and consciousness and soul energy, everything is in feeling and emotion. And so you will have to use that, and you have so much help because this full moon trines Neptune in Pisces, so I'm talking like this. You have this energy that will help you understand what you're feeling and how you feel about all of the commitments in your life, and not just people. Like, it's not all about like love and dating and marriage and like all of that. This is really about everything. It's all about the individual. Everyone's an individual, okay? So use this energy to hone in on your psychic intuition and really feel how you feel about what you're downloading through your emotions, because you could have a commitment to thinking a certain way. Oh, hey Troy, Monday's come. Look what we got. Okay, so there's like it's not coffee, it's maca root powder and cocoa powder. It's got other stuff anyway. So, okay, you want to home in on what you're feeling and the data that you're downloading through your feelings and emotions to know what you're going to write out and say, no, this feels right. This feels right. And it looks really scary right now, or I feel very insecure, or I'm very worried, or, everything that's going to kind of settle down. You're like, I'm going to ride this through because this is right for me. That's going to stay. And these retrogrades are kind of bringing this up to you, like, what is of value? What do you really care about? What do you want to take into the long term and make some big forever commitment to? And then certain things you're going to let it go. And I get into this. We're going to go on Patreon afterwards for the Knights tier and above, and we're going to break this down for all 12 signs. But there's also this energy of being able to release yourself, of committing to something that is just not you, that does not sit right with you, that does not. Remember, Capricorn's integrity. Capricorn is integrity. Capricorn is karma. So if you feel like there's anything hard in your life, if you feel like life is picking on you, if you feel like you're burdened and something's really heavy in that Capricorn area of life, check with yourself to see if you are showing up for that area of life full of integrity. Capricorns especially, if you're Capricorn sun, moon, or rising, you have Venus and Mercury retrograding through your sign. Next week, Mars enters Capricorn. So next week's going to be a super doozy. And for you, it's who you are. It's your character. This area of life has to have integrity, has to have character, or it's going to be really hard. And it's not going to feel fair. So, show up for yourself. Show up for yourself first. And, if you're hurting people, don't hurt them. Figure out why you're hurting people. Healed people heal people. Hurt people, and take responsibility for that, because this can really, especially with Sun Pluto, can make everyone really aware of how their subconscious biases, how their ancestral traumas, how, whatever their childhood upbringing, however, has been really running their lives, their subconscious loyalty to their parents, their, whatever this is, all this conditioning. Capricorn is like, especially since 2020, especially since the Capricorn stellium, we're just like tearing all of that down. So we're rebuilding these structures in our lives full of integrity. That foundation has to be strong. Okay, so you're feeling through all of this, through your emotions. Nurture everything that comes up emotionally for you without judgment. I already did my crying. I already did my purging and alchemizing and the work and the healing. And when I say all of that, I means I cried. Aw, thanks, Troy. Thanks. I feel like I made a joke on the Instagram, on the gram, about, I feel like sometimes it's like, I feel it's like it's very theatrical, but you know what? It is who I am. Okay. So, feel everything that comes up without judging these feelings. Don't be critical of these feelings. Don't be harsh with these feelings. Understand that they're trying to tell you something. Okay? Okay. Now, the moon is opposing Sun conjunct Pluto. You could be very precise. From Denmark. Cool. Hello. Velkommen. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Coffee, tea, and cookies are in the back. Oh man. Okay. You can be very precise, clear, and discerning in understanding the important insights you're getting into the quality of your feelings. So this is very penetrating, very precise, very clear about what these feelings are telling you. So you're feeling, you're intuitive, you're psychic, and you have this like it's not gonna be this jumble of things to like figure out and get all blues clues about. You're gonna know. You're gonna know what it is. You're gonna know how you feel. You're gonna know like where the problem. You're gonna know everything. You're gonna be very, very precise, very clear. For me, the sun in astrology, it's like this big highlighter, this big spotlight. Okay, okay. So another feelings, you understand what you feel, why, the backstory, current situation, and you can use this understanding to pivot if you need to move forward. Goals, ambitions, power dynamics can all change because of what powerful feelings are becoming conscious. Follow your intuition. That's another thing with Sun Pluto is that because of what you're feeling, because of what you're feeling and realizing what you're feeling, you could totally take your life in a very different direction. Or you can make a very big alteration with your or you can make a very big alteration with your goals. Your goals could change on a dime. You could decide to take something in a whole different direction. Really just tune into your feelings and how you're feeling about everything that's coming up and what you're realizing, and letting that change your life. Let the truth change everything as it's meant to change everything. And just trust that. Just trust that. That moon, I already mentioned this, trining Neptune is that psychic intuition. So it is your gut, your intuition, your psychic downloads. They are the answers. So when I say tune in, I mean focus your attention. When I say relax, I mean let go of every single thing and thought. Let yourself be alive in a body on a floating rock in space. So I make all the gateway tapes and all the gateway information available on the website, theartegan.com/CIA. And they have the hemisync that synchronizes the two different hemispheres of your brain. And it's cool. Check it out. There's part of how they do this, like kind of relaxing your consciousness, is they have this chest that you put your worries and your fears and like your thoughts into. And so I was doing it one day listening to this, and then all of a sudden everything started to go into this chest, like my entire apartment, and then the whole building, and then all of the city, and then the US and the whole world, and like eventually the whole universe just like went to the chest, and then it just slammed shut. And that's when I was like just a consciousness floating around. And that's like the space that's like the number zero, the portal where like you can do anything and everything is possible. Everything is a potentiality until you observe it, your focused attention on it, and then it collapses into a reality, and then it collapses into a definition of depending on how you are observing it. Okay. So there's that for free on the website. Okay. Other things happening at this full moon. Those are the two biggest things. Full moon in Cancer, the full moon opposing the sun conjunct Pluto, and the moon trining Neptune. So you want to use the positives. Speaking of the portal, so the nodes are at 0 degrees, which is this big portal that everyone's walking through. So there could be this last fire hose of information and changing of beliefs. And I would say go with it, go for the ride, because you're not going to get a chance to evolve in this way for like another 19 years. So the last time you did it was like 19 years ago when you were really taking a lot in, and the next time won't be for another 19 years. But now we're heading into, I'll get to it, but we're heading into the territory from 2003 to 2004, April 2003 to December 2004. Okay, back to this. So other things happening, other energies happening right now. Venus retrograde trines Uranus retrograde, activating and unlocking a soul promise to some large shifts, reversals of attitudes, behaviors, and values on the world stage. This is interesting. This is very karmic, and this is very, aw, happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday, everybody. There's like a remembered inspiration. There's something that you meant to come back to, and that you're doing it now. And you're doing it now. There's also that same Uranus retrograde squaring the Mercury retrograde and Saturn in Aquarius. This is cool. There's like this missing element that's sorely needed. There's something you didn't have. It's like going back to pick up something like in a video game, going back to some room or some area and picking up the key and and then like taking it with you. It has to be recovered first and foremost to make something even better. This is a big deal. There's more change in groups, teams, group dynamics, specifically the quality of thinking, creating, innovating, speaking to one another, and how the whole social structure is organized. So there needs to be room for growth in the group. There needs to be, just like in a one-on-one relationship, there has to be room for each other to grow. Okay. Same thing in the group. There has to be room for a unique unknown. There needs to be room for an innovative element. There has to be room for this group to grow and evolve if it's going to maintain its integrity. Okay. There's more on this coming up. Mars is squaring Neptune, but it's separating. It's a separating aspect. So it's pulling apart a mental ego that was thinking, I know. No. Judgment, no judgment, spiritualize. Something's happening, but not how you thought you knew it was going to happen. So just stay open. Stay open. Listen to your feelings, follow your feelings. This is a destined, there's the direction being set this week. Stay open to the details and the how, and that's another big thing. I talked about this a year and a half ago, but with the Gemini Sagittarius nodes and eclipse axis, staying open to the details, staying open to the how. So, okay, let's talk about the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a good time for amplified psychic ability and hearing your intuition clearer. That's because the logical mind is not working at normal capacity. So if your logic is failing you, if your data processing is failing you, if your informational analytics are failing you, or if something does not logically make sense, if something is not rational, it's Mercury retrograde. Remember when Instagram went down, you guys? That was on a Mercury retrograde. None of us were surprised, clearly, because we're, but it's like, yeah. So you'll need to practice a lot of discernment and practice energetic mastery when it comes to demarcating, identifying, cataloging thoughts, feelings, psychic downloads, astral impressions, other people's energies, entities. That's really what a sophisticated psychic does. They can tell the difference between all of those things and above, and they what it feels like. I can feel what it feels like, the difference between a creative channeling and a psychic download and remote viewing into somebody else's life, and Natalie's mental thought and Natalie's emotional feeling. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're a baby psychic, you just get it all. It's a fire hose, and you just feel so much, and it feels like intrusive thoughts. Like mentally, there's so much, you're getting images and visions, and you're like, and it's very scary. You feel like you're crazy. You look crazy. Okay, so this is why I didn't choose this path. It chose me, because it's like, you just look crazy. You just do. But it's not crazy. It's actually the future. So if you're a baby psychic, and I know a lot of you guys talk about psychic ability, you have your own channels, you talk about astrology, you do tarot on channels, you do readings for people. It's really important to share this and to talk like in this way, okay? Okay, so it's okay that I'm all over the place. It's Mercury retrograde. There's a new direction. Remember, it's a new destiny, or it's an old destiny. It's an old choice, but you have to make it better. You have to go back. Saturn is saying, go back and make this agenda even better. Go back and add this to the agenda. Okay. But we have to let go of the mental ego. We have to let go of our ideas about what it should look like, how we should do it, how it should be, who should be in, who should be out. Like, okay. Keep the details open, but know the end goal of how you want to feel. Okay. You might, like, I want to be in love. I want to love. I want to give and receive love. Maybe you thought it was going to be with a person, but maybe it's going to be a baby. Maybe it's going to be a child. Maybe it's going to be an animal, a stray that you find. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know no one wants to hear that. I know. I get it. I totally feel you. I know. Okay. So it'll happen, just not how you thought. That's all. Okay. Now, okay. So April 2003 to December 2004 was the last time that the North Node was in Taurus. Now, on Tuesday, the nodes go back January 18th, 2022 to July of 2023. Here we go. Here we go. So, all right, let's get started. Let's start with the week here. Then the nodal shift is going to give us totally new obsessions. It's going to give us totally new, the last year and a half has been all about information, changing of beliefs, opening our minds. What everyone thought was, what I heard a lot is like, oh, America, this isn't the America I know. It's like, no, nothing is what you thought it was, and your ideas about the afterlife, your ideas about relationships, your ideas about countries, politics, your ideas about people, your ideas about life on earth, all of that, your idea about yourself, your idea about how you see yourself, how you feel, everything. It's been all at once getting so much new information, different information, conflicting information, doubting information, concurrent with evolving the beliefs and updating the belief system at the same time. That's why you want to be steering of making final judgments, because when you make the judgment, you're saying, I'm done understanding. I'm done taking new information in. So people that have been trying to either maintain judgments or not change their mind or hold on to a specific outlook and viewpoint probably went through a lot of pain the last year and a half, because they were constantly being bombarded with conflicting evidence contrary to their beliefs, and their cognitive dissonance wouldn't allow them, or their ego wouldn't allow them, or their childhood survival instincts and trauma wouldn't allow them to integrate new information, to evolve their belief, change their position based on new information is what I like to say. So, okay, let's move on. Hello, welcome to Sunday. Sunday, January 16th, the sun crosses Pluto. So this was yesterday. Whew, how was that for everybody? Burying something we were committed to doing, committed to believing, a goal we were committed to, because we're going to birth something else instead. Funeralize, shed a tear, give birth over here. That's how I'm kind of feeling it. This could be something you've been avoiding killing off in your life, but knowing that the moment was waiting for you, just sitting there in your future timeline, waiting for you every day, bringing you closer to it, closer to having to put an end to this. The job, the relationship, the living situation, false hope. It's finally over. You can't ignore it. And even, like I said, what's the block to your integrity? What is it? Your ego? Is it the past? Like, what is the block to you feeling really secure? like super duper secure about life, confidence in yourself that you can lead life. Venus started their retrograde on 26 degrees of Capricorn, and the Sun Pluto conjunction was on 26 degrees of Capricorn. This could be the moment of undoing commitments and forging new commitments. Gosh, there's definitely purge energy. Watch my earlier Artegan meetings. I go all in on Capricorn season and applying self-discipline. It's a very beautiful thing. It really is. Because when you use your Capricorn energy seriously, like I'm a writer, I write very seriously, I take it very seriously. You can build things that stand the test of time. You can build things that really last. This week on all this intense astrology, you might this week commit to something that will last the rest of your life. And like I said, for Capricorn Sun Moon Rising, it's your character. It's who you are. If you're a Capricorn Sun Moon Rising, don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything other than your character and your integrity and who you are, and treating people well and being a good person and having self-respect and healing your unhealed, toxic, masculine, feminine energies, and letting yourself feel emotions and making amends with people and cultivating a positive reputation, cultivating positive rapport with people. That when people ask about you, oh, I had good interactions, good, leave things on a good note, positive, integrity, Capricorn Sun Moon Risings. Like if that's you, like you're not going to get away with it, is what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to get away with, no one really is anymore, like with the internet and with everything. Everyone's being held to a higher standard of integrity and of stand uprightness. And so that's what I'm saying. Like just commit, and everyone else commit to that integrity in the Capricorn area of your life. That area of life since 2008 has just been going through it. So whatever is not built on integrity is going to be annihilated. If it can be destroyed by the truth, it should be. Let it happen. There's no going back. There's a finality to this week. Destined direction. Black or white, in or out, it's done. This is the day you make the decision. Because of a startling clarity you cannot ignore, avoid, or push to the side. Trust in what's ending. It's time. It's fated on Sunday. I feel like it's probably going to be something very internal. So you might make the decision. You might draw a boundary with yourself internally, or you might realize something internally. But it's like, it's going to be playing out over the next couple of weeks. Monday. Okay, Monday, January 17th. That is today. Welcome to your full moon in Cancer, trining Neptune in Pisces. I'll be curious to see what comes up on the world stage these next 2 weeks, because Neptune is at 21 degrees on the full moon. It's very fated. This is destiny walking day. So, you're going to follow that intuitive hit, and depending on what level of consciousness you're at will depend on how you experience this. Because for some people, this is definitely like delusion. You can use that energy that way. For some people, they're gonna be so creative. For some people, it's super, 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 super psychic. For some people, it's they can cultivate hope. They didn't have hope. They can cultivate faith and belief, spirituality, and they never thought of themselves as a spiritual person. They never considered some people drugs, some people alcohol, some people, so it's like, it's easy energy. So how do you want to use it? How do you want to use it? So I already talked about that. Tuesday, January 18th. Okay, finally at the good stuff. So Uranus goes direct tomorrow on Tuesday at 10 degrees of Taurus. So check this out, you guys. Uranus first entered Taurus March 6th, 2019. So since then, the Taurus area of your life has just been full of upheaval, unexpected changes, and big surprises. Since then, we've had 5 stations. Uranus entered Taurus March 6, 2019, went retrograde direct, retrograde direct, retrograde. 5 stations. I looked back at my life of what was going on these 5 stations. Guess what? So when Uranus first entered Taurus, I uploaded the first tarot video to this YouTube. On a whim. Wasn't even showing my face in those early videos. The next 5 stations, one, I got super, super sick, health. On 3 of them, I physically moved. On 3 stations, I moved. And then the last station, I dyed my hair blue. So what did you do? How was it? That's March 6, 2019, August 11, 2019, January 10th, 2020, August 15th, 2020, January 14th, 2021, August 19th, 2021. And now Tuesday, January 18th, 2022, stationing direct. What's it gonna be? Every single day serves a purpose. So like I don't know why I said that. Every single day serves a purpose. So Uranus goes direct. I'm excited. I'm ready. My hair's gonna stay blue. I'm actually gonna go into the salon this week. But where's the change and upheaval happening in your life? What's it? Just be, look at those dates in your life and see if you can find the correlation to the Taurian part of your life. Okay, because when Uranus goes direct, that's when we're done. This is the last day of Uranus being retrograde, and we're working on internal structural changes, working out our behavior, evolution, and just internal changes. Uranus stations direct tomorrow, and it'll be external changes. That's when you see life just like doing its own thing, and you might have to respond to it. But you also might be the one saying, you know what? Wake up one morning like, I need to dye my hair blue. I was actually thinking about it all year since January of 2021. But on the Iranian station is when I physically did it. So where are you needing to, well, for me, it was expressing myself, it was Capricorn. So the North, this is the thing, this is why the monthlies for January were all an hour long, because this is the time, this week, the last half of January. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sun conjunct Pluto, full moon in Cancer, Uranus station direct, nodes shifting, Sun enters Aquarius. Boom, 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 boom. Change, 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 change. Everybody's evolving fast. Remember, progress happens faster in smaller groups. So like this group, like you guys are growing so fast, you're growing so quickly. And the more pain or the more emotions that you're going through, that's your evolution. Okay? So be like super proud of yourself. Be super gentle with yourself, because this full moon's going to be bringing a lot up. Pluto bringing a lot up from the crusty parts of your subconscious. So be gentle with yourself, because it's a lot. And then get ready for a lot of change, because you changing internally is changing your external environment. Okay, that's what happens first. So the North Node goes into Taurus. You're not in Kansas. You're in Wonderland with me. And now you're thinking, walking, talking totally different. You're by totally different rules of reality, man. Okay, you took the red pill. You're not gonna operate and move like you took the blue pill and stayed in freaking whatever land. You took the red pill. You're on the Nebuchadnezzar, and you gotta like get your muscles back. Now you're walking that walk and choosing a destiny over here on my side of YouTube, on my side of TikTok and Instagram. If you might like me over there, it's a different vibe, but like, well, so you're totally your decision. You're stepping onto the yellow brick freaking road, man. Okay, I'm just saying, It's the truth. You're activating this new destiny. You take that step on the new path. Carpe that freaking diem, man. You feel the world growing and changing, but it's your internal world that's growing and changing. You're evolving. You're surpassing where you were scared and fell before. Your cognitive dissonance, you're like, I can't do that. I'm not ready for that. You know, you're growing through that. You're trusting yourself more. Okay? But it's because you're allowing yourself to feel what you feel and to get information through these feelings. So you're feeling feelings that you may even be very surprised that you're feeling. Learning like, wow, I didn't know I felt this way. I didn't know I feel this way. And you're learning from that. And you're changing your direction. You're changing how you treat people. And you're changing how you show up in relationships. And you're changing your life because of it. I wrote, we're going off the rails on a crazy train. Seriously, this thing cannot be controlled or stopped. That's the thing. Like what's going on, like the nodes shifting with Uranus stationing direct, like there's something really big. And it's the last day of Sun in Capricorn. Like that's kind of epic. That's pretty epic. That's pretty epic. So it's something that's like, this is going off the rails on a crazy. This is something that's not, you might feel like something's out of control. You might feel like something is gone, something in your life or some part of your life you might feel like is just happening and you can't stop it and you can't control it. You can't bring it in. You can't undo it. You can't go back. It's all done already. You gotta trust yourself. You have to trust your life. Okay. I'm tickled pink for this because I love this kind of revolutionary energy. I love this sort of chaotic, unpredictable energy. And that's the thing. Like when you fear is the conspiracy against love. Fear is a conspiracy against everything. Love is the only truth. Everything else is a fallacy. You can't have ego and love at the same time. You have to choose. So when you choose ego, when you choose to stay in ignorance, when you choose fear, you don't know what to make of chaos. You don't know what to make of astrology. Even if you study astrology, you don't know what you're like the puppet on the Godfather strings. When you choose love, when you choose truth, when you choose integrity, when you do the work, when you want to evolve, when you want to be free, when you really want to be free as a soul and be free of everything else, you know how to use chaos. You know how to move through the world. You know how to master your physical reality because you've mastered your internal spiritual reality. And remember, spirituality is just the quality of how you decide you're going to feel through your life, day to day, moment to moment. I'm ready for this. I am so ready for this. I'm excited. I want you to be excited too. So I don't want to say chaos and everybody go, oh my God, you know, no, this is good. This is where progress, where change really happens. Okay, okay. I just want you to be ready. I want you to be very, very excited because another thing about the nodes, give me a second here. I just need a little bit of this goodness right here. Okay, I think I'm eating this glitter now, but that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. It's just really, this is pretty strong, whatever this is. Okay. So a last little word about the nodes shifting. And okay, so this is the thing, you guys. So you're done deciding what you think and what your beliefs are. And it's not going to shift in such a big way until 19 years later. Actually, the last time the nodes were in Sagittarius, Gemini, that's when I got an onslaught of psychic attacks. And I was just like, it was a whole big thing. But then once you're like, okay, I got some big beliefs, Okay, there's a lot that's changing. The world's not what I thought it was. America's not what I thought it was. Whatever's not, it's not what you thought it was, right? Then the obsession and the changes then we're like, your relationship to what you have, what you possess, what you lend out, what you borrow, what you share with others, what you create for yourself, the value you create for yourself. That's going to be the new thing, the new obsession. This is also being much more grounded into physical reality, into physical things, and purging our unhealthy, toxic lack of boundaries and any bondages. It's either a bond, like this is Scorpio energy. Scorpio rules the 8th house, our bonds and our boundaries. So, there can be very, very, very faded karmic soulmate energy, soulmate ties and bonds coming through because of all this retrograde energy. But it's also going to be a massive flush, massive purge of people, situations, and things that have been crossing our boundaries, that maybe we felt indebted to, or we felt we owed them something, or we felt whatever. Massive flush to communities, to groups, to lovers, to parents, to friends, to whatever. Whatever. So everyone's going to be looking at what they create for themselves, what they have, and what they are getting from somebody else, what they're sharing that is there with others, sexually, financially, physically. I would expect people to be reclaiming their boundaries a lot too. Okay, so there's a lot, but okay, there's a lot. I can go on and on about this, but we got to keep it moving here. So that's Tuesday. So we're going to talk about this on the Patreon as well, what this means for all the 12 zodiac signs, because on Tuesday, there's also the sun at the very end of Capricorn, trining the North Node in Taurus. So there's something big's coming through. Be excited. Wednesday. Yeah, it's Wednesday. Wednesday. January 19th. Okay, the sun enters Aquarius and trines the nodes. This could, going into Wednesday, trining the nodes. I already said that. This could be high hysteria. There might be a lot of changes, fast changes, big, abrupt, exciting, new, different, wildly interesting changes. I love Aquarian energy because it's chaotic. It looks chaotic to people that don't know how to work with chaos. But it's innovative, it's unique, it's different. It's how do we take our self-expression, our individuality, and use that to serve the collective, to be of service, not for ego needs and ego gratification, to serve others. How can we take what we have and serve others? So that's another thing with Saturn and Aquarius, and why groups and friends and tribes are breaking down, breaking apart, and new ones are coming together, because people are like, you know what, this isn't who I am. And if I have to keep betraying my own boundaries with myself to be part of this group, bye. Don't need, I'll go it alone. And then the force of that individuality attracts your tribe, attracts the people to you, and then you're vibing like us. Okay. So, okay, let's see, I keep going off. Let's just wait for Thursday. Welcome to Thursday, January. Okay, here's where it's getting really, really, really good. January 20th, Mars crosses the galactic center. The galactic center is this huge, supermassive black hole in our galaxy. It's really cool. It's 27 degrees of Sagittarius. It's the rotational center of the Milky Way galaxy. It's created from the Big Bang, and it's like the pinpoint of our cosmic origins. It would be the pinwheel of our cosmos. It's the phone line to other dimensions. Oh no. Sorry. I don't know why I saw ET right there, like photo, the phone line to our other dimensions. It's a higher form of spiritual power that we are accessing. Mars is activating, super like poking at it, okay? It's the ability to open our minds and absorb more, to channel higher energies, thoughts, feelings, unlocking psychic capabilities. It's a supermassive black hole, so it's also the purging of anything and everything that is limiting and blocking this evolution of power in the unconscious mind. Inherited karma, past life karma, all that junk. So it's this, I really like the chaotic energy of the week. It's just very transformative. It's like things are breaking up and breaking apart because it just needs the new, it needs the innovative. So it's a continual eruption of transformative energy, the galactic center, because it's a supermassive black hole, the center of the universe. Okay, sorry, I gotta like not be so. That's the downside. I have my moon and Mercury in Aquarius. It's like you get too out there, and then you're alienated from people. So you gotta just like, make it just. Work with your chaos, work with your chaotic energy, work with your Iranian energy. Where's Aquarius in your life? That's where you're like, okay. Okay. If you can harness this powerful energy in your birth chart, look to see if you have house placements, planets or points or angles. You can access the most divine, greatest genius creativity. 27 Sagittarius. This I would call, and here's where we get genius of fame. I saw this in Germany, the genius of fame, love of virtue. It's this piece of artwork. I had like a moment. It's where your magic is. 27 degrees Sagittarius in your chart. If you don't have any planets, points, angles, whatever, don't worry about it. What house does that fall in? That's where your magic is. The house is the area of life you've been assigned to transform, to channel, that phone line, to pick up the phone. That's where you pick up the phone to the other dimension. I actually have my Venus on this point. So there's that. So I'm excited for that personally. So when you have prominence here, so if you have your Venus there, if you have your Mars there, if you have your Sun there, if you have an angle there, if you have any planet there or point there, midpoint, whatever, you're usually, if you have anything there at 27 Sag, you're usually very, you could be spiritual. You could be religious though. You could be super shouldy, like should. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. Or you feel like an alien, clearly. So for those of us, and I know I have my Saggies watching, at that point, my Venus is there. It's in this supermassive black hole. So it's a portal, it's a stargate. Anyway, Mars is crossing this point. So it might feel like something is happening very fast and it's very intense. And there's this big purging of maybe ego, or you might let go of some big drive. You might let, some big work or something that was driving you might be very completed, specifically ideologically. And at the same time, it's this big purge. And at the same time, you're getting these downloads. The phone line. I'm getting Zoolander, like when he's got that like little phone. Okay, sorry. Okay. Trust what's going on. Be excited. There could be a massive, brilliant idea that you implement immediately, or a huge step in your destiny acting out, like Mars acting out. Okay. Aww, I miss being a kickboxing instructor. That was fun. Oh my God, it's delicious. Okay, Friday, I'm in love. January 21st. Check in with yourself. That your body, the body's like the crystal, okay? Your physical body your little bodies are going through all these big changes. So check in with yourself to keep your body running right. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about the moon since the full moon. Okay. Mother of pearl. Okay, so Tuesday, it's all ruined now. Never mind. Well, anyway, Friday is the moon in Virgo. That's why I'm saying this. Check with yourself to keep your body running right. Your mental health, the moon in Virgo. It's like, I like moon in Virgo because it's like running a system diagnostic. I was supposed to get a call about my laptop. Do you guys think I got that call? Do you think I got that call? No. No. So thank you again to the anonymous angel that sent me this iPad and all the little doodads and the bells and whistles. Oh, they also sent me, I know I've got like so much chocolate in the back, but they sent me birthday truffles. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because a lot of important messages have come through because I've been able to use this iPad, just like this one, that I would not have been able, these messages would not be getting to you if not for that angel. So everybody thank that anonymous angel. So, diagnostic, moon in Virgo, Friday diagnostic checks. Whatever's going on, make sure that you're showing up for yourself first. The body is like your spaceship, okay? Your body is like the vehicle, is your avatar. So and the body is also what feels the emotions. You feel your emotions in your physical body. The butterflies in the stomach, the heart dropping to the stomach, the throat closing up, the tinglies, okay? Like all of that. That's like, okay. Saturday. We're still in love. The 22nd. So moon, what did I write? Moon, Pluto nodes. Moon. Oh, okay. So earlier on Saturday, the moon in Virgo is going to make a grand earth trine with Pluto in Capricorn and the nodes, because the nodes are now in Taurus and Scorpio. Damn. Okay, so that's really good timing wise for whatever is going on that Saturday morning. Is gonna be cool. Then the moon goes void till the afternoon. You're gonna have to ground yourself in your belief in your destiny. What do you really believe? And whatever it is, live it. Live your belief. If you believe this, live it. Okay, live what you believe. Everyone believes something. Everyone has a spirituality. Everyone has an art of living. Your spirituality is tested in your daily life, what you do every day, how you move through the day. If you can't, I've seen people, their whole day is ruined because of a piece of news, and they just like their energy changes, and they get all bent out of shape, totally whacked out, and they are not managing themselves. They're not taking care of themselves. They're not empowering with them. Okay, it's like recognizing if someone brings some crazy energy to your doorstep. If you got someone, if you're driving and someone cuts you off, you're in the grocery store, somebody knocks into your cart. It's like all of this stuff, all these things. Okay, that's your spirituality, though. You live your beliefs. Everyone has a spirituality, so everyone's doing it anyway. You're either doing it on the Godfather strings, or you're consciously choosing what you believe, and then how you're going to live your life, and you're consciously choosing your spirituality. Embody it, manifest the emotional truth and the confidence. Remember that emotion contains all the data of consciousness. So tune in. When I say tune in, I mean focus your attention. Okay. Sunday, I tried to get it like on the right one. Sunday, Bloody Sunday, January 23rd. Mercury retrograde Cazimi with the sun. Cazimi means in the heart of the sun. At the inferior conjunction, and that just means that it's Earth, Mercury, Sun. There's this beautiful, special little corridor between the Earth and the Sun that not every planet goes through, but Mercury goes through. It's part of their synodic cycle. Synodic just means when they meet with the sun. So that's when it's measured, when they meet with the sun. So we are seeing, becoming aware of what we are ingesting, the information, impressions, ideas, emotions. Oh, that's where it cut off. Okay. Okay. Now we're continuing on. The mercurial cycle is reflective of the way the mind cultivates and processes information, concepts, and how it matures its ideas, returning to and renewing them to make them the best our consciousness is capable of. So when I mean the mercurial cycle, Mercury retrogrades like 3 to 4 times a year. Oh, thank you, Carl. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you. You're so sweet to me. Um, so the mercurial cycle, they do this dance like a couple of times a year, and this year we've got four. We got four, and I'm not talking about the year too far ahead, and I do get into the spring right now coming up, because things are changing and happening so fast that you won't have the right context for understanding me talking about your life until we're a little bit closer there, because everything's gonna change. Okay, so the different phases of the Mercury cycle is how Mercury outlines its overall plot. So if you're a writer, if you're a screenwriter, if you're a songwriter, whatever, this Mercury cycle is outlining the plot, what's going to happen. They're going to start here, in the middle, this happens, and at the very end, they end up here. The synodic cycle period lasts an average of 116 days. We are closing out this Mercury cycle that began October 18th, 2021. This has a Libra overtone, so overall relationships showing up and pulling up and seeing who's pulling up for you and changing how you think, how you speak to each other, how you think about relationships, how you show up in relationships with your thoughts and communications, and how other people show up for you. Seeing it really there. So we're not like finishing this process yet. We're in another step of that process. At this part of the process, we're getting a new Mercury, a freshly washed, clean, new mind or brain. A seed idea is planted during this time. A mental awakening is taking place. A spark is lit. This lasts about 2 weeks. So from the 23rd, lasts about 2 weeks. So you've been building up to this and getting more inspired. By the time Mercury has this cazimi with the sun so much, he'll have already been changed. So that's even just trying to do 1 week ahead. It's like, this is a big week. So even by the Mercury cazimi, there's no way of knowing like what that's going to be. There's no like specifically. It's just, you have to live through these days first. Unless you're like, okay, I'm just having fun here. We're being impressed with new inspiration, or even how we will want to direct our will and energy as a new purpose could be known and coming to light. This is also a great diagnostic to understanding what happened in the past, what's been happening since October 21, so that you know how to proceed forward. So it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. It's going to be very clarifying. See, even October 2021 seems like a lifetime ago. Monday, January 24th. God, this is the longest week of life. Mars enters Capricorn, and now I'm going to start talking to you guys about the spring. Mars enters Capricorn and will continue this serious momentum. So from Monday the 24th to Friday the 28th, we're going to have Mars in Capricorn, Mercury retrograding in Capricorn, and Mercury retrogrades back into Capricorn on Tuesday the 25th, but we're going to have Venus retrograding in Capricorn. Venus stations direct next Friday, January 28th. This Capricorn area of life, it's intense. So what this final week, though, let's maybe back it up a little bit from now till next Monday, what this final week of Mars in Sagittarius decides, and after crossing the galactic center on Thursday, figures out, decides what to believe, and decides what they'll put their energy towards based on what they believe. Dang. So it's like then Mercury gets the fresh new mind on Sunday. That's probably the last. Oh my God. Okay. Mars in Capricorn gets to work on it. That's when you're like, okay, I got the direction. I got a lot of information. Everything's changing. I can't get stuck on the details. I feel like I know. This is what my intuition's telling me. This is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm seeing. There's a lot of crazy stuff happening. We're going off the rails in this crazy train. Time to get to work. One foot in front of the other. Mars in Capricorn gets to work on it. There won't be any more openness to like one big direction because Sagittarius is the big picture. So you'll feel like you've reconciled something about the big picture by Monday. This is a big week. The direction gets decided. That's why the thumbnail for this. See, I wanted to because in November I was getting the Willy Wonka golden ticket. So I knew that the Cancer full moon was like the direction, and that's why the thumbnail for this has the Willy Wonka. There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going. No, you have to go spiritual, not earthly. That's the point of this, is that you're tuning into your intuition. Okay. The direction gets decided, and by next week, the whole initiative goes into motion towards building something, or building towards something, or continuing something. Whatever these retrogrades have returned to you or changed your mind and perspective about Mars, whatever those things are, whatever it's been, you're about to just like go super balls to the walls with it. Oh my God. Oh my God, I need to look up maca root powder to see if I can. I've been very physically like very sensitive to like everything I'm eating and drinking, so I have to check it. Anyway, sorry. I've been talking out loud to myself too. I don't usually do that. Okay, Mars in Capricorn is powerful energy, stamina, focus, drive, and perfectly applied energy to building something that lasts. Dream the biggest, wildest, most fantastical dream this last week. Choose a big direction for your life. Just don't even worry about like the little steps to get there. Okay. But choose like the overall direction. Choose how you want to feel. Okay. Until Monday. Because next Monday starts the first day on the job of like doing all of the things step by step to make that belief, to make that dream a reality for yourself. So now you took the red pill, you're in freaking Wonderland, and now you're in the rules of a totally different reality, and you're just like kind of orienting yourself, and you're like, okay, yellow brick road, how am I gonna learn to fly? It's like that. Here's the thing. Mars and Venus will be conjunct February, March. Well, and March, when is it? In March, they're going to be, let's see, I have December 21st, 2020. Okay, March and into April. So that's a lot of lunar cycles that we're going to have Mars and Venus conjunct together in Capricorn. This is we're kind of going to be moving into the next like part of 2022, because the first part of 2022 is a carryover from December 2021. And so it's like December, January, it's like its own little time capsule. But what starts next Monday is going to carry you into the spring in a big way, huge way. This is amazing. I love this energy for teamwork, for friendship, for comradeship, chemistry. This is a shared passion, shared purpose, shared goals, self-discipline, a shared sense of self-discipline. You can really go super far working. Is that what I wrote? You can go super far working together on something that you both care about. So this could, it's not necessarily a shared sense of humanity. It's not very like Aquarius. This is more of like we both have a goal. We have the same goal. We want the same thing. We're both passionate about this. We both care about this. If this is a team, a group of people, everybody on the team wants the same thing. And what this really feels like, okay, one last little story. So I worked retail, and I had this one friend who she and I we were really good. We're like really good friends, and we were like the workhorses. Anthropology. I worked at Anthro, and neither of us, it's like I'm not saying all Anthro is racist, but Chicago Anthro is racist. So and she's Korean, and so you know me, I'm like melanated. So they would schedule two of us when they should have scheduled like 4 or 6 people, because we were just like really hard workers. Like we would just look at the sale room, the changing rooms, and it would just be trashed. It would just be trashed. But she's an Aries. I'm a Capricorn. Mars in Capricorn is like a perfect fusion of this energy. And instead of one big explosion, it's like a slow burn. So she and I loved that sense of accomplishment. We love hard work. We love to throw our little bodies into something and just like clean and organize and put everything back together. We found there were so many crazy things. But, you know, we also really we took a lot of personal pride in hard work. And, you know, everybody else was just like, they took a lot of personal pride in not doing any work. And so we're just different. We're just built different. We're just different. So we did it together. So she and I, and it was like, there's some heavy lifting involved. Okay, clothes can get heavy at Anthro. So, you know, we worked really hard together. Like we just drove our bodies, and we just like, and you know, if you've ever worked retail, you know the pressures and everything that they push down onto you. And so we just really respect each other for that, and we just really did it. You know, we did a lot. That's kind of what I'm getting with this Mars-Venus conjunction that's going to last so long. I just feel like you and one other person, or you and a group of people, are all going to just really love to work really hard at achieving some goal for yourself. And for yourselves, for whatever the goal is, whatever that happens to be. So it's like a shared passion. You know, for some of you, it's like new parents, and you're like, the baby's here we go. For some of you, it's work and career. For some of you, it's the marriage. For some of you, it's, you know, it's creative. For some of you, it's creative collaborators. But whatever it's going to be like, it's going to be cool. And we're going to have this, let's see, February. So we're going to have Leo and Aquarius lunations. That's going to be all about your personal self-expression, serving the collective. It's going to be about group dynamics. It's going to be, so there's a lot of really supportive energy coming up for working together. You've just got to feel through this full moon, feel the truth, feel out this week. See what more, you know, Venus goes direct next week. Mercury's doing a lot of crazy stuff, conjuncting Pluto again. So we're still wrapping up December stuff. We're still wrapping things up about the past, and we're kind of just like setting things right. So for now, for this week, make your amends, make your apologies, get things right with people, get things on the right foot, get things on a respectful tone, honor your own boundaries, honor what you need, give justice for yourself, give accountability for yourself, take good care of yourself, clean. I went on a cleaning spree this week, and I cleaned my office. This weekend, I tried so hard. I worked this weekend, and I tried to get the 2 camera setup, so it did not happen. So we're not going to have that today. But anyway, you know, see what this week shows you, see what Monday's about on the Kazini, and we'll see what happens. But let's go ahead and take a look at the tarot. Let's see what the tarot message has to say. Let's actually start with the Natalinian Oracle to get some advice. We'll start with that guidance, and then we will move into the the nitty-gritty. What is the guidance for this week ahead for my people? There's just so much, even just this week. It's a lot. Just go. Past life connections are activating. Oh, take me back to the start, nostalgia. Oh, take me back to the start. So the feelings that you, my dreams, oh my God. Okay. And the popper, think from, not of. This is energy work that you're doing. So the people, okay, so when you're not spiritually activated, when you're not spiritualized, you don't believe anything until it's physically in front of you. And it's a little bit disempowering. It's a little bit like you're not claiming as much power as you really have in life. When you're spiritualized, you create your physical reality from your internal energy work, from your spirituality. And that's what you or someone you're connecting to is doing. Think from, not of. You're thinking from a place that you want to be. I would say concentrate on the feeling. Okay, so your subconscious programming is programmed from the last trimester of mom's pregnancy to when you're 7 years old. And then it's like, if you ever undo that, it takes, you can reprogram your subconscious. You can do the binaural beats, you can do the hemi-sync gateway tapes, or you can do meditations, you can do Vipassana, which is what I did. I recommend transcendental meditation. It's dhamma.org for anyone interested. It's free. You go for 10 days and you don't have anything electronic or anything. You don't even get pens or paper. You get a box of analog clocks to pick, and they teach you the technique and you meditate for 10 hours a day. And they feed you, they house you. Breakfast and lunch, and then dinner is tea and fruit for dinner. Go on. And so, excuse me. And so, sorry. Thinking from that emotional space that you want to feel without judging the physical of how you get there. That's what you're doing. That's what somebody else is doing. Think from, not of. If you think of something, you're going to generate a physical reality of pining and wanting and wishing and hoping and thinking of something, and you're just generating more of the feeling that it's so far away. How you can program the subconscious is through the imagination. And that's something that when you just look at the physical reality, you disempower yourself and you don't let yourself imagine. You don't really let yourself believe. And it's bleak. That is bleak. Then you are like victim of the world and things are always happening to you and you know what I'm saying? Then you're like, oh, the evil this and the bad that. And so, okay, what's this thing from, not of? The Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so clearly you are mastering something. You could be imagining yourself, or you could actually be working very hard at becoming not necessarily well known. This is the doing. This is like mastery. So you could be refining your mastery. You could be perfecting a skill, or you might have been working towards something, working on something. This next energy. More Pentacles. See, look at this. This is that Mars-Venus conjunction that everyone's going to be everyone's going to get so excited after Tuesday. Seriously, with the nodal shift, everyone's going to be about like, oh my God, it's going to be a very different energy. And it's tomorrow. I'm so excited. Okay. So 3 of Pentacles. This is your people. Saturn and Aquarius, if you're doing anything from ego, it will fail. You will be dragged. It won't work. You have to do it from authenticity. But when you do that, the force of your energy, when you're being authentic, it's going to do two things. It's going to attract your tribe. You're going to vibe with people, but it's also going to repel other people. It's going to trigger other people. It's going to make people hate you, make some people absolutely despise you, make fun of you, criticize you, challenge you, like all the negative. It's going to have a very polarizing effect. The stronger you are, the more empowered you are, the more you are. I'm preparing you for this because I know a lot of you guys have your own channels, you do your own thing, and this is a very important part of structuring negativity that gets thrown your way and structuring energy that gets thrown your way. So the force of the energy that you're using to become very good at something is going to make you a master at it, and it's going to attract your collaborators, your lovers, your teachers, your students, and all of your people. Okay? That's also going to have that polarizing effect. So be prepared for that and be prepared to alchemize all that. This is exciting though. Like you might have been very on your own, working at your little, oh, she has a little iPad, working at your little desk in your little room with your little socks and just becoming really great at something. Maybe you're an artist, maybe you draw, maybe you're a poet, whatever. You know what? Your people are there. They're there. And you have past life connections activating this week. Oh, Temperance. This is about working with radiant energy. This is about balance and chemistry. It's taken a long time for you to find your people. The world probably had to change for you to find your people, or to feel like you could fit in, or to feel like you can be who you are, or for these people to even become who they are and feel like they're their own people. But this is also very spiritual. So again, we have this energy of someone consciously using their energy to physically manifest. So you can look forward to some balancing energy this week. We're gonna do two more about this week ahead. Then I'm gonna take a break, and then we're gonna go on Patreon. Woo. Think from what's about this week. The Four of Wands. This is your new home. This is a party. This is a celebration. This is happy. This is some happy energy. Ooh, underneath this, we've got these three cards. We've got auspicious energy for successful privacy. So some of you are working in secret. And then we have requeening the hive. So some of you are, that's kind of self-explanatory. The old queen gets taken out and there's a new queen put in. So there's probably a change in the hierarchical structures of this group dynamic. There's probably leaders leaving and new leaders coming in. There's probably a switch up in workers and collaborators and groups and families and all of that. But it looks like it's very, very secret. It looks like it's very, like it might be something happening kind of behind the scenes internally. Maybe there's like a crypto project where like on the white papers, maybe it's like, okay, this is a group, it's like two best friends, but then maybe like they break up or something and it's like a whole new thing. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's something like that. Trust all of that that's happening because you have your people, okay? But let it have room to grow in your love relationships, in your family dynamics, and in your work and collaborative dynamics. Everyone needs room to grow, okay? But this is like very, very solid, very stable. If this works once really well, if you give it a chance, I'm telling you, like, it could work good long term. Last energy. Thing from that up. Ooh. Okay, so that came out with a lot of fire. There's one card that flipped up. I don't know if you saw her, but it's the Queen of Wands. Spicy. The TikTok sound. Why so spicy? This one is spicy. Look at her. Spicy, all right. That is spicy. Okay, so this will take courage. Be courageous. Be confident. This could even be that unique element that I was talking about in the week, when I was going through all the days. This might be that Iranian energy, that Iranian direct motion energy, where it's like we needed something different. We needed to switch this up. We needed to think out of the box. We needed new blood. We needed different blood, not even new blood, but we just needed something different. We needed something fiery. Cats serve a lot of spiritual purposes. Cats have little crystals in their pineal glands, and they actually are attracted to little clusters of negative energy in the house. It's a Russian thing that they would, and like in a new empty apartment, they would let a dog and a cat go inside and see where they sit, because cats will find the clusters of negative energy, and they like to spend time in that negative energy because they alchemize and they transform that energy to positive energy. So they will never put the bed where the cat goes. The dog will be attracted to clusters of positive energy, and they'll land the positive energy. That's where they'll put the bed. So it's kind of like, I feel like somebody needs a cat, or like this queen of this person or this personality or this attribute. If, for instance, like if you have a lot of cats, let me put it that way. If you already have a lot of cats, you are trying to heal. They're kind of like compensating an unhealed feminine energy. So you're using this cat, or you're using these cats to alchemize negative energy, because you're not, maybe I'm not projecting, like maybe you are, but for some people, maybe they're not able to do that kind of emotional work and do that spiritual work and really neutralize and energize. Maybe they don't burn sage and they don't believe in this stuff, but they have cats that are doing the work. They have cats that are doing this work. But I am getting that there is something about, and if it's not like a real physical cat, there's like a person, but they're the cat for the group dynamic in the situation. Does that make sense? They are the alchemizer. They are the sort of like little magical piece of the galactic center. 27, there might be a Sagittarius involved. 27 degrees of Sagittarius. This could be the phone line person to the other dimension. Maybe they have like a cat, or they have a cat tattoo, or they look like a cat, or they remind you of a cat, or they like me. I don't know why I'm getting like the feline energy. Oh my God. What are you giving birth to this week? It's a baby. It's a little baby. Sorry. Big fingers. Okay. So we have the Empress. There may be a wife or a pregnant woman involved. Or you could be pregnant with an idea. Oh, the Devil. And the Fool. Oh, holy moly, Masacholi. Oh dear. The stakes are really high. Damn. Oh God. Okay. Oh dear God. Okay. So, oh my God. This is like someone might be divorcing. But there's something kind of, okay. I would say Venus retrograde, If this divorce or if this breakup has been needing to happen, if it hasn't been working, or if you've been feeling controlled, if it has not been healthy, and even if they're saying like, I'm changing, I'm going to do this, I'm doing that, there's not enough time for that to really, you need to give that kind of a healing, you need to give that some time to really work and affect the connection. And there's not like it's really hard to do that kind of work and be in a relationship at the same time. So like ideally healing happens like when you are alone, when you are kind of like doing your own thing. So if it's been toxic, if someone's been manipulative, this on the bright side is someone that is using their feminine energy to attract and be open to receiving and thinking from, not of, like, I am this empress, I am this goddess, everything is provided for me, I am providing so much value, and therefore I will always be taken care of by universe because of my healing capabilities, because I am very creative, because I am magical. I am okay. I feed myself. I nurture myself. I take good care of myself. I think from a place of wealth and health and ability and creativity, and everything's going to be okay. On the bright side. But with the devil, I create my own reality. The only bonds are the bonds I allow. With the devil, this is a selfish, manipulative, controlling, entitled, toxic, unhealed, feminine. Watch my TikTok. I did a TikTok. I was wearing this actually. I did a TikTok where I talked about feminine energy. So watch that TikTok, read all the toxic traits, read all of the healed, healthy traits, because I would say the only way I would encourage this breakup or this divorce is if they are an unhealed feminine energy. It does not have to be a woman, it can be a man. I'm just saying, oh no, my lips are just like falling apart, so I have to get off soon. But I'm just saying, was that for, it's like, where's my lip? Okay, so I'm just saying, like, it'll be clear, it'll be very obvious, you know already what that is. Okay, so there's that. Now, this is just, so in a tarot reading, the Empress is usually the wife or the mother. The Queen of Wands is the mistress or the other woman. So there could be an element of your life, not even like if that's your situation, but there could be an element, there could be a very toxic, unhealed feminine energy that's really guilting of you, that's really bratty, but like bratty to the 10th power, really entitled. They just kind of leech off of you. They're like a barnacle. They don't create their own nurturement. They don't nurture themselves. They suck on you. They're like, you know, they're just kind of like, they're bondage. They don't provide their own sustenance. They don't feed themselves. They don't create their own abundance. They don't nurture themselves. They just guilt you and manipulate you and control you to give into giving to them. Okay, this is breaking free of all of that. This is like, get out of my house, get out of my car, get off my healthcare plan. Okay, this is like, I'm just saying, like, this is, and you could just undo that, be like, you know what, go heal yourself and we'll give it a second chance. I'm not, say, you know what, I'm not rejecting you, I'm rejecting this kind of toxic connection. You go take a year and heal, and I'll be waiting for you, and we can pick up where we left off, because I love you. If you guys really love each other and you're soulmates, you will come back together. I want all soulmates to be together. I believe in true love. I want everyone to be healed and happy and together. Okay? If this is work, this could even be like something, okay, if this is work, because there's a lot of pentacle and fire here, so let's move into that energy.
This is like, you take something that this is like catnip. This is like a creative collaboration. This is something that's like, this is your baby. You're going to see it through to the end. You just needed this missing element. You just needed something like a little bit spicy. And you can move forward, you can proceed because you've gotten the balance of it. And you're letting, and you let go of any kind of limiting, egotistical, toxic masculine, toxic, but you let go of anything that was controlling you, that was limiting what you manifest and what you create for yourself and how you nurture yourself. You let it all go so that you can bring something in. Okay. This was amazing. This was awesome. I am going to take this over to the flip side. I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to go to the flip side to Patreon and break this down for all 12 zodiac signs. We're also doing Capricorn today. We're also doing Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Aries weekly today over on Patreon. So I love you guys forever and ever and always. Take very good care this week. Check back into this weekly. Let us know in the comments how your week is going. And until next time, my beautiful loves, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darling.